Okay, student of class 10. In the previous video, we have already done regarding the one-party system, two-party system, as well as a multi-party system. Okay, and after that, I've already told you the national political parties. How many national political parties are there which are registered in the Election Commission? So today we are going to learn about national political parties, how they are been formed. Okay, reformed. Democracy that follows a federal system are all over the world. They have two kinds of political parties. One is political parties that present in only one of the federal units, and number two, that parties that are present in several or all the unit of the federation. Clear? So there are some country wide parties which are known as a national parties. Okay, we say national party as a regional parties also. Clear? And these parties, they have their different units in various state. Now every party in the country, they has to register their name in the election commission. Clear? Now while the commission which treat all the political parties equally, they offers their special facilities to large and established parties, and these parties, they even been provided a unique symbol through which the official candidates of the party, they can use that election symbols to elect the election. Clear? So parties that get these privileges, these facilities and some other facilities, they are recognized by the election commission for this purpose. That is why these parties are known as a recognized political party. And with that, the election commission, they also lay down a detailed criteria regarding the proportion of the votes and the seats that a party must get in order to be recognized as the part of the recognized party. Clear? Now, the party that secures 6% of the total votes in election to the legislative assembly of a state and wins at least 2 seats is recognized as a state party. Clear? And the party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in Lok Sabha elections and wins at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha is recognized as a national party. So, total we have major political parties, national recognized parties are 7. Clear? Now they are the Indian National Congress, Bharatiya Janata Party, Bahujan Samaj Party, Communist Party of India, Marxist Communist Party of India, as well as a Nationalist Congress Party. Clear? Now, other than the 6 parties, major other parties of the country, they are also been classified by the Election Commission as a state party, and these are commonly referred as the what? Regional parties. Clear? Now these regional parties, they are like Samajwadi Party, Samta Party, Rashtriya Janata Dal, Sikkim Democratic Front and Mizo National Front. Clear? Now after that, we are moving towards the challenges of the political parties. How these challenges are being made. Now, first challenge is what, children? Lack of internal democracy. Okay, within the parties. That means all the parties of the world, there's a tendency in the political parties towards the concentration of the power in one or a few leaders of the at the top. Parties, what happened? They do not keep their membership register, they do not hold organization meetings, and they do not conduct any of the internal elections regularly. Okay, only the ordinary members of the party, they are not getting any sufficient information on what happens inside the party. They do not have any means or connections needed to influence the decision also. Clear? So mainly the leaders, those who have a greater power, they only make the decision in the name of the party. Now number 2 challenge is the dynastic succession. Dynastic succession related to the first one. Most of the political parties, they do not practice the open and transparent procedures for the function, though it should be a transparent one. There are very few ways for an ordinary workers to rise to the top in the party. So what happens here? Leaders are in the position of unfair advantage to favor people close to them or even their family members. So the top positions are always controlled by the members of the one family. But this is not good. This is very bad for the democracy. Clear? Now a third challenge is what? Growing role of a money as well as a muscle power in party. Both goes hands in hand. Okay. Now what happened? They tend to use shortcuts to win election. They tend to nominate those candidates, those who have or they can raise lots of money. So rich people and companies who give funds to the parties, they also have an influence on the policies as well as the decisions of the parties. And the fourth challenge is what? They do not seem to offer any meaningful choice to the voters. Clear? So they agree more on the what? Fundamental aspect, but they are very differ only in the details on how policies to be framed or how policies must be implemented. Clear? So these are the four challenges. Next one, how the parties can be reformed, how they can be mend. So number one, constitution was amended to prevent what? MLAs and MPs from changing parties. This was done because many of the elected members, they were indulging in direction in order to become the ministers or for the cash rewards. Clear? Then number two, Election Commission, they pass an order making for what? Necessary for the political parties to hold their own organization elections. They can file their income tax returns, which is normally very much formality. Clear? Then what are the suggestions to reform the political parties? We are going to do in this. This is the last this will be the last suggestions in the next video. Okay, so thank you children. Go for the videos, and if you have any doubt, please write it down in the comment box. Thank you.